Okay, Charlie. Bold light analysis. Bold light analysis. Okay. Welcome to bold light analysis if you are new, and then welcome back, and also thank you to those who are still around here who have been watching since. Okay. So and then yeah, can't say uh oh, I should have written this thing down. I should have written this thing down. Let me see. Um, I think it's don't try to be all good. Okay. I think this is the idea I was trying to say. I think it came first as don't try to be perfect or don't try to be something like that. But the thing is, don't try to, you see, my angel say, as in, you are trying to be all good, as in, whatever you do, you want it to be all good, okay? I'm not saying that if you have everything going good, intentionally go and do something wrong again. Uh-huh. The thing is, guilt is the only gap, okay? Guilt is the only gap. That's what I tried to say. But it all came about from this idea. That's why this one came around. But the main thing I want to emphasize on is that guilt is the only gap from being the perfect person, okay? So if you try to maintain the guilt, and on a you find yourself in trouble, okay? Because guilt is the only thing. So as soon as you feel like guilt or something, do whatever it takes, okay? Try to do what it takes to remove that guilt, okay? If it's apology, fine, go and apologize. If it is, making things clearer, if it is saying something or making things clearer for the other party to understand that, yeah, to understand your point of view that can remove the guilt, fine. You see, this goes down to Jesus' behavior. The Bible, Jesus Christ's behavior. One thing out here, one say he did some things that were seen as wrong, okay, but his questions and his way of talking made it clear that he wasn't guilty. So since he's not guilty, then he is not sinning. So what I say. So I think when there's guilt, that's when there's sin. When there's guilt, that's when there's, because Jesus went to the church, and you see, always when he does the thing too, he has something tangible backing it. Okay, that's why for us humans, if you can't get any tangible thing to support what you are doing, and then still there's guilt there, then apology. You see, you apologize, and then the person sees that, oh, it's mistake. Okay, it's mistake, so they will have to forgive you. So that next they know that, oh, you didn't do it intentionally. It's a mistake, so they can forgive you. hmm Knowing that you are not going to repeat that thing again. Okay. So with Jesus style, you could see that no ultimately in Crawford, ultimately disciples no Ebra church, then they'll go and take the food that belongs to the priest and all those things. And that kind of food, it is being it is known that, and as generally accepted that members need to be, and as a honorable people shouldn't eat that food. It is for the priest alone. Then Jesus will go because he is hungry. He will go and take those kind of food and eat. And when they are about make him feel guilty or prosecute him or say that he did the wrong thing, he would rather say that no, he didn't do the wrong thing, because David was seen as a righteous man, right? And then we will mention some other people, some people who were good and did the same act to support what he did, to make you feel that nah, coming again. So what he did, any person should do that, should be able to do that to survive. So what he did isn't something bad. After all, he didn't harm anybody, and he's okay. So he will do everything possible to make his ways, you see, be to make his ways to be guilt free. Like how he made, like he healed a woman, okay, a woman on a Sabbath day, and then when as he made everything to justify what he had done, because what he's doing, he is doing it from the perspective of loving some another person as yourself. So it means if you were also sick, would you say because of the Sabbath day you don't want to get you be healed or something? Yes. That's the perspective that, oh no, 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 any so what I say. So if you apply this, it will also help, okay? Because as far as there's guilt there, there's no freedom. And wherever there's no freedom, there's no the spirit of God isn't present there. Okay, so I'm not saying it's all that simple. Okay, so you can't try to be all good. If you try to be all good, okay, you're going to find trouble. But if you try to remove all guilt, okay, so what you are doing, it might look like bad to people. Okay, it might look like sometimes it might look like bad to people, but you can make it guilt free by doing it in a way. So the Bible mentions that there's a right way of doing everything. Okay, so you can do it. It might be bad, but the perspective from which you are doing it. Okay, if you watch this movie for Robin Hood movie, Obianema, he will go and steal from the king's palace and from the king's palace food stuff and stuff, and then come and distribute to the poor people because there was no food around the poor community. So he go and steal food from them and come. And then he was being chased sometimes. He was being, it was against the law. Mm? But he will use his skills, his fighting skills, and all those things to do it. And he wasn't guilty. And it was actually benefiting people. You understand? Uh-huh. So that's one style that can make us be okay. And sometimes too it will be seen as if we are bad. Okay, almost everyone will say that you are bad, but you have to be strong. Until you realize that maybe you are actually wrong. Okay, it is being mentioned. Okay, because someone might say it in a way that will let you understand that you're actually wrong. For that place, it's apology that can solve the problem. Okay, and when apology comes in and you see that you are actually at fault, then it's now time not to repeat that thing. As I say, I didn't quite. Sorry, I say. So I'm not saying go and then disclose all the bad things you've done, but at least the ones that you think is keeping you guilty, it's making you to be guilty all the time. I think those ones should be clarified and to the appropriate people for the case to be solved. Okay, so that's it for now. Stay blessed. Bye for now. Bye.